advice because I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be social media, Instagram this. I don't know what it's like to be bombarded and have to be the breadwinner in the family and be a brand and be worried about what I do or say and everything else, or 24/7 being pulled in so many different directions and not knowing. I mean, throwing the fact that if I'm insecure, if I've got my own mental issues going on, who do I talk to? I don't regret being born when I was.
Right.
I'm in the right place at the right time. It's just been fascinating to watch these young ladies come up and now take the baton.
And just like that, the world of basketball shifted on its axis. With a single, unflinching statement, Cheryl Miller, yes, the legendary Cheryl Miller, stepped forward and finally spoke the truth that had been simmering in the hearts of millions. The truth nobody inside Team USA dared to admit. The truth fans had been whispering, fearing the consequences of saying out loud. She revealed it all. Team USA never intended to embrace Caitlin Clark, never planned to give her the spotlight she earned. And the moment those words cut through the air, the entire basketball universe imploded. But before we dive deeper into the chaos, do me a favor, hit that like button, because this story isn't just news, it's a seismic event. If you live for pure, unfiltered basketball, and if you're tired of the backstage politics strangling the game we love, subscribe right now. What you're about to see is an exposé so explosive, it will redefine the season. Cheryl didn't whisper. She didn't tiptoe around the truth. There was no sugarcoating, no polite phrasing, no softening of the blow. She went on the record with the courage of someone who knows history is watching. Every detail of Caitlin Clark's relentless sidelining, the unprovoked benchings, the cold dismissals, the forceful shoves, the systematic attempts to make her feel invisible, she laid it bare. Her voice cut through the noise, precise, steady, unshakable. And then she said it, words that sent shockwaves around the globe. Caitlin Clark changed basketball, and that is exactly why they fear her. Instantly, the internet erupted. Every clip, every highlight reel, every viral moment of Clark's brilliance now carried a new weight. From her first professional game, she didn't just perform, she broke records, shattered ratings expectations, and pulled millions of fans back into the arena, back into the love of women's basketball, back into a world they thought they had lost. And yet, instead of celebration, she was met with fear, jealousy, and a system that never intended to let her shine.
Speaking, I feel like she ought to be able to wear her 22. But nonetheless, it looks like she's making a big change, folks. There's a case to be made that Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark's 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. I don't think there's even I don't think it's arguable at all. I just think when you think of far and away women's sports.
Talking about families, kids who've never touched a basketball in their lives, casual fans who stumbled across her highlights and instantly fell in love. And what did Caitlin Clark get in return for igniting this wildfire of attention? Relentless, punishing fouls that bordered on outright assault, zero intervention from the officials, benchings timed with surgical precision, a non-stop barrage of so-called accidents, elbows, shoves, collisions, and an avalanche of excuses, each more hollow than the last. Then Cheryl Miller finally broke the silence. She said what no one in power at Team USA or the WNBA had the courage to admit. Caitlin Clark was never truly wanted. Her brilliance made the established stars uneasy. Her fame eclipsed the old guard. But this wasn't conjecture or opinion. Cheryl laid bare years of careful observation. Every time a young prodigy threatens the hierarchy, the system lashes back. Every time someone becomes bigger than the machinery itself, that machine fights to protect its OWN.AT. Just 22 years old, Caitlin Clark wasn't just rising, she was exploding onto the world stage, becoming the undeniable face of global basketball. And according to Cheryl, that's exactly why the veterans and executives had already decided she would never take center stage. She spoke the quiet part out loud, exposing a system riddled with favoritism, backroom loyalty, and zero tolerance for anyone who didn't follow its prescribed path, keeping her off the floor. Meanwhile, the world noticed the small, symbolic details, like her jersey number. In the All-Star League, Sonia Centrin wore 22. But for Team USA, Clark had to switch to 17 because national team rules forbid duplicate numbers. It was a minor rule on paper, but a major signal of control. Caitlin, however, refused to play by the invisible, unspoken rules. She played the basketball the world had fallen for: electric, daring, unapologetic, and then came the bombshell. The leadership was terrified she would outshine everyone before the Olympics even began. Think about that. An organization genuinely afraid that a 22-year-old rookie would surpass 10-year veterans in ratings, social buzz, and media frenzy. One player could outdraw the entire roster. One player could dominate the conversation. Team USA wasn't ready for a paradigm shift of this magnitude. So instead of celebration, they pushed back. And the fans? They saw everything. Cold body language, bizarre rotations, hard fouls meant to intimidate, accidents that weren't called, praise withheld for brilliance others were lauded for. Cheryl captured it perfectly. You don't treat the most impactful young player in basketball history this way unless you're sending a message. And what was that message? Stay in your lane. Know your place. Don't rise too fast. But Caitlin kept climbing. Every game, every no-look pass, every logo three, every sold-out arena, every viral highlight, each one inflamed jealousy and hate. Cheryl exposed what everyone knew but feared to say. Caitlin Clark was being punished for being great. Fans felt it in their bones. Parents, kids, even NBA stars tweeted their outrage. Yet no one inside the system dared speak until Cheryl Miller. Then came the second revelation. The jersey number debacle, handled poorly, turned into a public spectacle that made Caitlin look like the problem. Instead of respect, instead of acknowledgement, she was made to feel like an inconvenience. The world noticed. The outrage was immediate, and the third bomb? Team USA was split. Coaches, players, executives divided in every direction. Some saw a superstar who could change the game. Some feared she would eclipse them. Some loved the ratings she delivered. Others hated the attention she commanded. A room fractured by fear, envy, and power struggles, with one unstoppable talent in the center. This was never just basketball. It was ego, politics, power. And the truth came from Cheryl's voice, cracking with emotion. Caitlin Clark plays the right way, and she is being punished for it. And yet, for anyone watching, it was a blessing. To see women rise, to find their voices, to claim their platforms, to finally earn what they deserved, it was a watershed moment. Cheryl's words resonated like a tidal wave, crystallizing everything fans had sensed all season. This wasn't just about Team USA. It was about an entire league, a relentless campaign of hard fouls, subtle targeting, media manipulation, and a deafening silence from those in charge, all designed to break the spirit of a prodigy who refused to bow.